between the new... Oh, he hasn't come in. He hasn't. He's thrown everybody a dummy because the pits are still closed, I presume, until we go green. So now we're green, and there's a pass before the line. Now, is that going to be all right for Dane Cameron? He did go past before the line on the restart. And the 85 car, Steven Simpson, right round the outside of João Barbosa. He's had a little look, but he's had to drop in behind as they go over the top of the skyline. So Dane Cameron leads from Barbosa in second and Steven Simpson in third, with
Simpson's going to try and go round the outside.
Oh, he's been hit.
He's been hit.
Yeah, Barbosa's hit him, but he's
Barbosa's done it again.
Barbosa holds on to it, Jeremy, somehow on the inside. But he didn't give racing room there. Drifted away from the inside for my money.
That's 2 races in a row. Barbosa's been really on the very limit.
Yeah.
The very limit of within the regulations.
And it was with Steven Simpson both times, wasn't it?
He knew he was overtaken there, and he just drove into the side of Steven Simpson. I'm sorry, I'll have to look at that again. I don't think I'm going to change my mind on that one.
It looked as though he was moving out from the apex of the corner for sure. Dane Cameron has a 3-second lead over Steve Simpson, and Ryan DL up into third for ESM Tequila Patron. Jordan Taylor, remember, touring back to the pit lane to get that damage assessed, as in comes one of the Porsches. One of the GT Porsches is in. It's the lead, it's the better place one. Second place, Patrick Pele is in. Oh my goodness, more drama. In comes the number 10, Shea Adam, with the 911.
It pulls to a stop, the headlights go off, they're putting fuel into the car, and they've just put the air jack in. The car is now sitting up elevated while they are fueling, but there are no tires over the wall, and John, a drop of rain just hit me on the face. Jordan Taylor is coming down the pit lane, which has just gotten very, very dark indeed. Can't tell what's going on with the 911, but the driver's door has just opened. I think Patrick Pele is getting out of this car. The number 10 hits its marks, goes up on the air jack. The crew immediately begins ripping the old piece off the tail section that they have on the car. They're not doing any suspension work on the car. John is able to tell me that as I look back down for the 911. The driver door is open. Patrick Pele gets out. That car's day is done. They are pulling the engine cover area off, trying to get the bodywork removed, the panel from the deck. Now they've got the deck off. Now they can get the 10's tail off, put the new one on as the leader comes by. That's one lap down for the number 10 of Jordan Taylor. 85 goes by as well, and the number 2 of Ryan Dial. Now he's down to 4th behind the Mazda, and the GTLM field starts to come through. They have the new tail section ready. They are just lining it up. And they're doing a new engine cover as well on this car. It now shows a number 7 on the side of it, John, as they secure the new tailpiece into place. Well, we were told at the Glen that at some point they were going to start thinking about this championship and points. That's what we are seeing right now as the rain starts to fall heavier on the pit lane. John, could there be one more turn in this race?
The race leader, Dane Cameron, just turned his best lap of the race. The 3rd place car of Ryan DL just turned his best lap of the race. That was naughty.
João Barbosa in behind the 911 Porsche, which I think was having a problem, but he's got a car alongside him, Jeremy. You can't just pull out like that. The 10 is down and away, and give Steven Simpson his due. He gave about as much room as he could.
Absolutely.
And Ryan DL used the kerfuffle in front of him to go past Tristan Nunez and take over what is now 3rd position, and DL's just put a 1:08.994 in, and the fastest centre section of the race.
And Dane Cameron has turned his best lap again for the 2nd lap in a row. 1:09.598 for Dane Cameron in car number 31.
And it's raining again, to quote Supertramp, but we've only got 6 minutes left. And just throw everything at it now. Dane Cameron, 2.4 seconds is the lead. So a little bit of time made up, about half a second made up last time by Steven Simpson. He's got to get those Continental tyres up to pressure and to operating temperature. We know that 85 car is quick. The 31 car has not been the quickest car this weekend, but that's not what happens in endurance racing. At half an hour to go, I was convinced it was all over. And, problems for the 10 car. I still don't think the back end of that car is doing what Jordan Taylor wants it to do. He's trying to stay out of the way of the top 3, who put him another lap down. They did not do any suspension work on that car. So he is touring around for what will be 7th position. I don't think he's going to lose 2 laps to the 52 car. So he'll get 7th position points, but that puts the championship lead, if not in jeopardy, certainly, once again, it's going to close everything up. It's all happening in the last 5 minutes.
Isn't it just? And Dane Cameron again for a 3rd consecutive lap, his best lap of the race.
It's getting heavier rain. GTLM, Sims, Edwards and Westbrook. Ford again on the podium at the expense of Porsche. 2 BMWs, 1-2. GTD, 5.8 seconds between Aschenbach and Andy Lally. Audi from Acura, and Balzan's close right into the back of Lally for Ferrari. Championship leader on the podium again. What a consistent season they've had. The 63 car's not won a race, but I don't think it's been off the podium for the last 3 or 4. And then it's Jens Klingmann further back in 4th position.
Right.
5 in a row.
Yeah.
Big ploppy rain, large raindrops, and they hurt, I'm hearing from the pit lane. 93, Andy Lally, 2nd place in GTD at Moss Corner, turn 5. Has the Alessandro Balzan driven championship leader in GT Daytona. Right behind him now, a little bit further back, Jens Klingmann, round about a 2nd and 3/4. The engine has gone on the 911. 2nd time that's happened this season for Patrick Pilet. Went up in a spectacular way at Silverstone, and it's teaming down on the back straight. It's teaming down. It's coming down like steroids. 3.5 minutes to go. This is unbelievable. Drama, excitement, entertainment, and now the weather playing its part. And it's tiptoe through the raindrops, not the tulips here. This is not all over.
Whoa, it's heavy raining, but Dane Cameron struggling all that car.
He can't get it to turn in at turn 10.
He did, but man.
2 seconds between 1st and 2nd. 2 laps to go at the end of this one, I reckon. The leaders are still lapping in under 72 seconds,
remarkable.
Jeremy.
I mean, that was. This is a definition of on-the-limit driving.
4th, 5th and 6th for GTLM together. Garcia in the Corvette, the Ford of Muller, and Jimmy Bruni in the 912.
Fantastic stuff.
This is a championship battle for the Corvette number 3 in the 66 Ford. Round to turn 8 they come. Jimmy Bruni, the spoiler there. And Jimmy will want a bit of redemption after losing a nailed-on podium a week ago with a left front tyre that went down on him. Well, well, what an absolutely cracking race. Lots of green flag at the start, great racing at the head of the field between the Oregon.
54 car down the inside of the 28 there. Dive bomb move at last corner. Is that even for position? Yeah, it was actually. Yeah. For 14th position in the class.
And 1, 2, 3, 4 wide, and the leader's in there picking his way through. Dane Cameron, he's not held up at all, and now puts 4 GT cars all battling between themselves and Simpson. Simpson's got to be careful here, Jeremy. He's got 2nd position in the bag. He's trying to go around the inside, the outside, over the top or underneath. He tries each and every way. White flag next time by for the leader. The problem is the GT cars, of course, have got a little bit more mechanical grip in the slower corners, Jeremy, and it's teaming down in rain. It's throwing it down at Moss Corner. Pouring on pit lane as well. Dane Cameron has edged away and off. Car off into the tyres. The pits are closed. This is the last but one corner. Who's hit the wall? They're going slowly, and it's, oh, this will be a red flag. 52 is on its roof. 52 is on its roof, and that car's hit hard twice. The race is over. Cameron wins for Cadillac. Steven Simpson will be 2nd.
Well, he's got to get around the next lap. Where is he on the racetrack?
Well, yes, absolutely. The race will count down to 0. It will be double yellows and checker next time around. And the 52 car, Ostella is the driver. He's talking on the radio. That's the good news that I can bring you. And once again, the intervention team's there very, very quickly. The door is open. And it will be white flag.
Yep.
Because the time has not counted down. So just going through, Dane Cameron has to keep it on the island in the wet weather. But he's not under any pressure now because he's behind the Cadillac safety car.
Yeah, and he's got a whole cushion of cars between them as well.
So 25, leader in GTLM, went off watching the crash of the 52 car, David Estella, who managed to park it beautifully on its roof behind a tyre bundle so we couldn't see where it had gone. Just slid off on the wet onto the grass and onto the roof of the Ligier. Once again, the Bobcat is on the scene to put the tyres right, but the last lap board is out. David Estella is out of the car, hands on hips, not a scratch even on his helmet. He's talking to the docks. Nasty looking, but absolutely amazing, the integrity of these carbon fibre tubbed LMP cars.
That's a shame for the local driver, David Estella, making his first start with this team in a full-blown prototype. He's driven from before in PC and had success. He won at Sebring for PR1 Matheson Motorsports.
He just lost it, got onto the grass, and at that point, Jeremy, as he comes through out of 8 into 9, hits at about a 45-degree angle and just flips the car onto its roof. Did that with a Jaguar XJ6 4-litre Sport once, exactly the same. Parked it perfectly, facing the wrong direction, but on its roof.
That's
David
shame,
Estella,
obviously, for David and that PR1 Matheson Motorsports team that worked so hard. And in GTD, I was just watching the progress of Sage Karam in that car number 14, who made up several positions since the previous restart.
Just to tidy up the previous yellow flag, Jeremy, the good news is Tommy Milner evaluated and released from the track medical centre. Evidence of a safe and strong Corvette. Thought he was, but that is the official word. Let's start with GT Daytona, Jeremy. A double for John Stevenson's team. He's not here this weekend. They took their maiden victory in GT4 yesterday. They'll take GTD for the Audi here. BMW, their maiden victory for Audi as well this weekend. Alexander Sims for BMW, the 25 car, and at the front of the field, the Cadillac streak continues at the Mobil 1 Sports Car Grand Prix with the 31 Whelen Engineering car, meaning all three of the Cadillacs have now taken a victory this year in the IMSA WeatherTech Sports Car Championship. Steven Simpson, another second place for JDC Miller Motorsport, ahead of a podium for the Tequila Patron ASM team. Patricio O'Ward continues the winning streak for the 38. That looked in doubt, and it's 1-2 for BMW. Alexander Sims and John Edwards, 25 from 24. Ford onto the podium again after being really not there on pace. But once again, it's Richard Westbrook who pedals his way to a podium in the dying minutes. That was 2 hours and 40 minutes of non-stop action. The 57 coming across the line now. It is a double for Matt Bell and Lawson Aschenbach. They take their first victory for Audi this year, the 57 car, and the delightful double for Stevenson, having won in GT4, the GS class, yesterday in Continental tyres. I'm not sure I can think of another team that's done that. Let me know if you think otherwise. At Michelin PRT, hashtag Michelin PRT at IMSA Radio for post-race tech, and CTMP SOTR. That's the hashtag for spirit of the race. Shea Adam down in a damp pit lane.
Down here in the BMW celebration area, I don't think Bill Oberlin breathed for the last little bit of that race. And for somebody who's got that logo tattooed on his heart, it's got to mean even more to have not only 2 wins back-to-back, dude, but now a 1-2 for BMW, and you're right in this championship thing.
I told you, we're coming. We're clawing our way back every race now. I mean, so you come off Coda second, Watkins Glen a first, and now a first. It's amazing. never count Team RLL and this BMW out. This M6 has found some new life in it, and it is performing amazing.
And what does it mean to get these 2 wins back-to-back, knowing that your next one is BMW's home race, Lime Rock?
Yeah, well, hey, whenever you get these wins are so difficult. I mean, imagine the driver lineup in all these cars. It's the best in the entire world. I'm honored to be a part of it with them. And then anytime you can get a win and get a leg up on any one of these guys, they're so awesome. It's a great day.
Congrats, Bill.
Thanks.
The checkered flag is in the hand of Dane Cameron in the pit lane. He'll never be more pleased to see a pit lane at the end of the race. Extraordinary end to the race. See if we can grab some more of the winners before we stand shade down, as Jeremy Shaw and I are getting ready to rub ourselves down with a cloth filled with warm halibut oil. Honestly, I have no clue what went on in the end of that race. The 31 car coming round to victory lane. Shea Adam is picking off some more of our winners' interviews for us live from trackside here on IMSA Radio.
Eric Kern, do you have any idea what the heck just happened? I think you won.
I have no idea what just happened, but hey, we haven't had the best of luck this year, but that was luck on our side, and it all panned out. So I'll take it any way we can get it. Wheel Cadillac was not the best car here today, but the way it all worked out, the rain and the strategy and all that, we'll take it.
Good job, Eric.
Yeah, good stuff. Michelin post-race tech to come. Hashtag Michelin PRT at IMSA Radio for your thoughts on this one. We may have to take some time to go through all of this. And hashtag CTMP SOTR for Spirit of the Race. Your nominations, please. I'm going for the Bobcat driver. I think he was great this weekend. So, another win for Cadillac, and all 3 Cadillacs have won now this year, as Shea Adam is hustling up to grab our GT Daytona victory party from Stevenson Audi. Sun is out down by the podium now, and Andrew Davis is in Shea's sights.
Andrew Davis, wow, I mean, what a weekend for Stevenson. Doesn't get any better than this, and you finally got a win with the 4 rings on. Did you ever think it was going to come here?
Oh, no, we've had success here before, but just what a feeling. It's been a while since we've been in victory lane, and just so proud of the team. And, we lost a team member recently, Dexter Johnson, who was very important to us. So this race is for him. And, just such a great job. The Stevenson Motorsports crew is great. The Audi ran great. Lawson did a great job in mixed conditions. Just so happy.
Congrats.
Thank you.
So that's 3 of our 4 winners. The 38 team have continued their winning streak. Patricio O'Ward on his way down to the podium now. Shea Adam is down there. We'll grab a word with him in just a second before we hand the PA back to the formalities. Remember, we continue on IMSA Radio thanks to XM201 Sirius 145. You picked a good day to be with us again. Lime Rock Park coming up in a couple of weeks' time, and we'll be back with XM Sirius as well as IMSA.com, the IMSA app and IMSA TV and radio together for the race itself. Shea, just jump in when you get Patricio, if you can, from the 38, while Jeremy tells us about the points positions.
Where do you want to start?
What have you got done?
Well, I've got them all done. Just
right,
about.
go on. Let's start at the top of the shop then, in prototype.
Right, in prototype now.
Right, hang on a second. Let's go down for an interview. I knew that would happen. Go on, Shea.
James French, another win. That one was pretty entertaining, though. Tell us about it from your point of view.
Yeah, that was a lot more entertaining than we anticipated from our perspective. With the weather and the crazy start, it was, yeah, exciting race.
Perfect record this year. Congrats.
Yeah, so far so good. Thank you.
Shea Adam done fine work this afternoon for us down in the pit lane as our Continental Tire pit lane reporter. We'll stand her down now and we'll bring to an end our broadcast. We continue on IMSA Radio via the IMSA app, IMSA.com and RadioLeMans.com. We'll go to Michelin post-race tech. We'll give you the points positions and we'll start taking some of your questions. Hashtag Michelin PRT. And for your nominations for the Spirit of the Race, CTMP SOTR. A reminder that Jeremy, Shea and myself, John Hindhaugh, back in a couple of weeks' time. Full coverage from Lime Rock Park, Continental Tire and the IMSA Championship Series. Much of that in sound and vision for you as well, with IMSA TV and IMSA Radio together. A quick final thank you from me for the Marshall's recovery crew and everyone else here. Miles Brandt and Ron Fellows and the rest of the team at Canadian Tire Motorsport Park. Once again, you've done us proud here at IMSA. I hope you've enjoyed being with us here at the track. Drive safely if you're leaving us. Stay tuned to 90.7 FM for the formalities from the Victory Circle, and we'll be back in a couple of weeks' time as we have more top-class endurance racing from flag to flag. It's action all the way, and it's all live here on IMSA Radio.